19 moments from popular rom-com movies that were 100% problematic and disturbing. What is it? I have to know. Yesterday I got an email from YouTube, from their YouTube creators, and it gave me all of my stats for the channel that I manage as part of my job. It struck me on how good this channel has been for us as far as, you know, branding online and actually bringing in actual customers to our business. I just kind of wanted to talk about exactly what having a YouTube channel has done for our small business and why I think it's just a lot of people who want to be YouTubers really struggle with what they're going to make content about. And even with this channel that I do here, since it's only just me kind of coming up with ideas, I'm like, well, what should I talk about? And I could very easily get off track or get off focus. But when you're making content about your business, it's like an instant niche that you don't have to worry about. All that you really need to think of is, would my actual customers find this information useful or interesting? If you think about the customers that you already know and that you already have, would one of my customers think that this is useful or interesting? Then make your content about that. So anyway, the YouTube creators sent me this little snapshot. It says, you know, my channel that I manage for work got 3.3 million minutes watched. Let's see, 9,192 likes, 599 comments. They're suggesting to me here that I create a short to thank our fans for all of the interactions and stuff. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Because honestly, if YouTube is suggesting that I do something, maybe I should try it and hashtag my year on YouTube. I bet you that they're wanting to push that particular hashtag. So I bet if I made a little thank you video using that hashtag, it will probably do pretty well. So I'm going to do that right now. I feel the same way about a small business having a YouTube channel, the same way that I used to feel years and years ago when small businesses were asking me, do I really need a website? It's like, nobody even thinks of that now. Of course you need a website. And of course you need at least some social media accounts. You know, you don't have to have these huge accounts, but people want to find you there. And so I think that YouTube is just such a powerful tool for small businesses to get their message out, to show who they are, and to also just be helpful. When I first started making our YouTube channel for my company, I was really just thinking about needing content for our website, which honestly now I'm thinking is even more important than ever before. So legit, what I'm gonna do here today is I'm going to be turning one of our videos that I just made into a blog post because I'm gonna be blogging a lot more this year on our website. I'm using what we make for our YouTube videos into content for our website as well. So an easy way that I create more content for our website is I just first make a YouTube video about the topic that I want to talk about. Then I go into the YouTube video. Here's our last one that I just did. I go and click on subtitles, click duplicate and edit, continue. YouTube will automatically do like closed captioning or transcribe everything that you say in your YouTube channel. It's not perfect, but at least it's something. So what I do is I go in and I copy and paste all of this. That was everything that was said in our YouTube video. Now I'm gonna go into my blog post and just paste it in there. That gives me something to start with. I don't know if you're like me, but when I'm looking at a blank screen, I am blank in my mind. But if you just give me at least anything, something to work with, I can take it from there. Blogging is not the same as video. Whereas YouTube, you need to grab a lot of attention with your images, with your thumbnail and things like that, because that's the first thing that people see. On your blog post, you need to grab people with your title. And so the best thing that you can do with your blog post is to make your title either have some kind of an emotion in it, target the readers. You have been wondering something. And so really speak directly to somebody. Numbers work really well. 13 things you never knew about your furnace. One really funny tip that I have used now that I thought was really good. If you're trying to think of a really good title for your blog post, look at a website like BuzzFeed, who are just really into, let's say, clickbait, but they get their titles right. You know, they get people to click on them. And so you can kind of see their strategy and how they title their articles online and maybe take some pointers for them. So I'm looking at BuzzFeed right now. So one of their titles on their post right now is, "Hey, you got opinions? Yeah, we thought so." So that's getting people to click on it. That's very good. That's very targeted, right? And everybody has an opinion that they think is correct. Here's another article that is trending on BuzzFeed right now that says 19 moments from popular rom-com movies that were 100% problematic and disturbing. What is it? I have to know. Even though I'm writing a blog post for a heating and air conditioning company, I can take some fun tips from a site like BuzzFeed on how to title my blog posts in a little bit more of an exciting way. Instead of just water can leak from your heat exchanger. Typically, I don't want my blog posts to be much shorter than about 1,500 words. I mean, sometimes they are, certainly not shorter than like 800 words. And I never want my title to be longer than about 60 characters. It's just a good rule of thumb that I use that makes the title much easier to read and easier to absorb. Then of course, once I'm done with my blog post, it also turns into a great email that I can send to our customer list. I always want our blog post to be something useful and informative so that when I send it to our email list, they won't unsubscribe. So that's my whole strategy on content, really. I feel like I've kind of gone all over the place in this video. I wanted to talk to you about the email that I got from YouTube creators, just giving me the overview of our YouTube channel, which led me to think like, wow, we get so many views and so much business off of our YouTube channel. And the whole reason I created it in the first place was to develop more content for our website, which it still does. It's great for that. So every week I have a YouTube video with a corresponding blog post, which can then be turned into a corresponding email, which I'm really going to focus a lot more on this year in 2022, growing our email list and making that stronger and stronger. So it's just this whole circle that connects. So I'm going to get back to editing my blog post right now. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.